In provincial politics news, Premier Doug Ford's provincial government is laying down the law on supervised drug consumption sites and on a number of other issues like reckless drivers. The government introducing a series of proposed new laws today. Al Sweeney is covering the story for us and joins us live in studio with the details. Al.
Matt, we've already heard about a lot of these measures before. Now that they're being formalized in legislation, we're seeing some details with one or two surprises. The government says they're all aimed at safer communities. With its new legislation at Queen's Park.
If passed, this legislation would help protect children and keep communities safe.
The government is confirming, for one thing, that Hamilton's downtown safe drug injection site is facing closure.
Enough is enough, and our government is taking action.
A high-profile measure would mean no supervised injection sites could operate within 200 meters of a school or daycare. Health Minister Sylvia Jones says the sites for people addicted to drugs are a safety concern for parents and children around them.
And getting yelled at, harassed, or verbally, physically assaulted. Imagine walking that child in the door of their school or daycare and finding someone using drugs. Imagine getting a call that your child has picked up a dirty needle in the daycare yard.
Jones went even further.
I want to be very clear. There will be no further safe injection sites in the province of Ontario under our government.
And they're going to prevent anyone from going around provincial approval by getting federal approval for an injection site. People who support injection sites say they save lives, and the province's new law may not stand up in court.
I am horrified at raising my daughter in a world where some people so clearly don't matter.
Knowingly violating the charter rights of people who use drugs is not only atrocious, but the real source of danger.
In other measures, the province will require sex offenders to notify police of any name change.
The registry, the first in Canada, enables law enforcement to pinpoint the names and addresses of every registered sex offender.
They're going to prohibit the advertising and sale of illegal cannabis. To fight auto theft, the province is planning new fines for using a false vehicle identification number. And in other measures supported by police, they're going after stunt drivers who act up in parking lots before hitting the road.
Enhancing the ability of our officers to charge offenders for careless driving in private parking lots, rather than the current legislation that restricts charges to only highways and roadways.
And allow for greater enforcement of illegal and dangerous car rallies and racing that are taking place far too frequently in parking lots and private property.
Under the new rules, Hamilton's one supervised safe consumption site is due to close next March, with local officials saying that's going to mean people using drugs in public and dying of overdoses in unsafe conditions. But the Ford government says it's not backing down on this.